Hello folks, welcome back to the next exciting episode of movie reviews. This is not my normal studio. This is my different studio for right now. I moved out of my old house. This is my new house right now for the time being. But let's begin the review, shall we, for Uncharted, the movie. Let's begin, alright. So the synopsis is that Nathan Drake has a wisecracking partner named Victor Sully. Sullivan is embarking on a dangerous quest to find the greatest treasure never found while tracking clues that makes led to Nate's long-lost brother. But mostly, I will not spoil so much to this film because it is interesting. I'll give you that. It's not bad of a film of an Uncharted movie claims to be. Actually, it's just a bit average. It's a decent film, but average. I don't know how much I'll give it though. I'm gonna be bland in this thing. The villain wise is pretty average. The villain is just eh. The villain's not interesting. He's let's see the character of the villain, shall we? The cast for the villain. Okay, Nathan Drake is Tom Holland. He does a good job. Mark Wahlberg, whatever. His name is Victor Sullivan. He does a good job too. Sophia Taylor as Ellen is Chloe Fraser. She does a fantastic job as acting. And Tina Gilbrey, I think we don't know her actual character's name. That's kind of weird. Antonio Banderas, he's a good actor, played by Santanio, some villain dude. Let's call him Bad Dude. Brian Cranston. I'm not sure what he was playing as though, but he was good anyway. Yeah, there's actually British maiden, Spanish woman, some characters, some small characters. Sarah Patrick, young woman, some characters, some small characters. Okay, Armando, something. Okay, I think Santonio Man. I think Armando Man is actually the father of Santiago Man, something, whatever his name is. But yeah, I mean, Stephen Whittington is some Persian name, whatever. I butchered his name, so whatever, I don't care. Okay. The villain, in my opinion, San Antonio Banderas, he's a good actor. He's from Spy Kids, yeah, like we know and love anyway. But in my opinion, as the villain wise, he is a pretty average base character. Not great, but pretty interesting character. But the villain, nah. Yeah, like I said, the character wise, he is alright, but not great to a point that is interesting. But this what normally based on a video game series. You, as an Uncharted series, you cannot put so much into a film because it's not fully story driven as a movie franchise yet, of course. Only video games could tell a good story and good story iconic character from Uncharted series. But as a movie based film, does it show and concept of the video game series? Kind of, but not exactly though. The story wise is pretty average. Nathan Drake and Psycho find the lost treasure of some random thing. The main character, Chloe Fraser. So the story gets interesting slowly, but a lot of good action scenes, good action-packed sequences, interesting stuff. A lot of cameos here and there. I won't spoil so many of them, but I won't say nothing about them. Watch it yourself to surprise yourself. Very interesting story. Third act of the movie is very good, very interesting, very enjoyable film. And yeah, I mean, it's a very interesting film, you guys. It's a very good movie. Definitely will enjoy it yourself if you like Uncharted movies. Like I said, the Uncharted games are fantastic. Uncharted Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted 4, and also Lost Legacy. They're all fantastic series. One of the best video games Naughty Dog has made with the franchise. But does it does it do well to make this game video adaptation well to become a sequel? That just depends on how much it does well in the box office and how much does it well on the critics wise. So people has different variations of saying this movie is good or bad. In my opinion, I enjoyed it, so I'm probably gonna give it like an 8. Reason I'm not giving it a not a 9 is because the villain wise is pretty weak, and he was not that interesting. The villain was kind of throw off villain in my opinion. I like the action sequences were pretty interesting, cameos were interesting, but the reason why I'm giving it also an 8 is because of the choice of the character pick selection. In my opinion, Sully could have been picked a different character. In my opinion, from the guy from. Have you guys seen the Nathan Fillion fan film adaptation? And Nathan Fillion could have been Nathan Drake. Said and done. And with the other guy who played as Sully, he could have been him too as well. But I have no against Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake. I have no problem him playing Nathan Drake. In my opinion, he does a fantastic job as acting as Nathan Drake. He does a phenomenal job. Even Mark Wahlberg, who does Sully, he does a good job too. He has a good wits, good people, good wits. I really enjoyed his acting as well. So they have good set pieces in this movie. The reason why I like this film a lot, in my opinion, has good set pieces, good action, good comedic stuff here and there. There's a lot of good things you like about Uncharted film. So it's as good as the game. Like I said, it is pretty decent. I'm gonna give this an 8, guys. It's an 8 out of 10. Way better than I expected to be. I really enjoyed it in my own opinion. But like I said, it depends what video game movies you see. Some movies are garbage, some movies are bad. I did have a low expectation for this one I went through, but if you have it, you'll have a good experience too. Sometimes, who knows? It might surprise you, and it did. It had good stuff. People have different opinions. People enjoy it. Some people do, some people don't. It depends on their taste of the movies itself. If you're a true fan of Uncharted, you'll like this movie a lot, like I did. It's definitely an 8. The reason why I'm not giving it a higher is because the film wise, and plus the character selection was a bit off. But still, still a decent selection for some characters, and they did pretty well, in my own opinion. But it doesn't bother me the fact that they didn't choose Nathan Fillion, but it's alright. It's okay. I have no problem at all. Give me 1 second, guys. There's some weird thing popping up. I don't know what that was, but that was like an emergency something. So just don't worry about it for right now. It was weird. I don't know what the hell that was, but what was it talking about? Oh yeah, Nathan Drake. Yeah. Damn, well, that's my topic. Wow. That thing really yeah, I think I was talking about like Sully. Yeah. This is what we're talking about. See, this is what I mean when I get interrupted. I get confused what I was talking about. Like on Uncharted, yes, it's Uncharted. Like I said, this movie is depending on how you feel, if it did well or not, because it has different. There are one thing I will explain. There are some good set pieces that come forward from the original games to the film, but they cannot add all of it to the movie because it's too big. That's the thing. It's already almost 3 hours, almost. But I feel like they could have done more to the movie to make it a little more better. They could have added more sequences. They could have added much more stuff to it. But it just depends. I think we don't have a good writer, in my opinion, good writer or good director. It just depends on that, I think. I'm not saying the movie's terrible. It just needs to be much more better. If it had more characters, I get it. They couldn't add Chloe. They couldn't add Fisher. I wish they did to make it much more interesting, but I wish they could have added her and the sequence duo too as well. I wish she was there. But the main problem is she wasn't is the thing, because that's Uncharted. Helena Fisher is supposed to be in the story arc. That's where Nathan becomes a good, has meets Elena, gets a love interest for her, gets married, and gets a child. That's a story. Action-packed video game tells a story how Nathan became a hero who he is and become a great person at the end. And it's story of Uncharted, and it's a bit average. The story of the game is fantastic in the video game franchise, but the movie adaptation, I wish they could have added some good characters to it, but they didn't. That's just missing. One of the part is missing is that part, but I think they probably would have saved it later. I think they're trying to save it later for the sequel, in my opinion. I think that's what they're doing, but it depends how they will do it. There's an opening for the film already for a sequel. But if this movie does well, they can probably add Elena Fisher to the sequel. That just depends how they write her into it. But the way they did it with this film is a little bit way different. But if they can add her in the right way, then it could do better. Who knows how they do it? It just depends how the movie is set and how it's done. That's how it always will be. It has to be done right, or else it'll fail miserably. So did this movie fail? No, it didn't. It's just a lot to say, but I can't spoil. I can't spoil it so much for you guys because it's a lot of good things to it. I cannot say to you. It's just a lot of good fun stuff, good action pieces, good special effects, good action, good everything to it. So I'm just gonna say this bluntly, in my opinion. Now, this Uncharted movie definitely gets a 8 out of 10. That's all I'm gonna say. Nothing else. I'm gonna say my own opinion. Is it worth it for your full price ticket? Of course, if you're an Uncharted fan like me, definitely will enjoy it. In fact, you will definitely will have fun at the theaters with your friends and family, whoever you go with. So yes, guys, it's a worth watching experience of Uncharted, the movie, and really enjoyable film. Like a one more thing I'm gonna say, it's a tolerable film, not bad, a tolerable film. Better than Assassin's Creed, the bullshit of a film. Better than other adaptations we have seen so far. Video game based movies are a piece of shit. Some are pretty horrible films. Sonic the Hedgehog is amazing. One of the best adaptations of video game. Does well, pretty well. That's how you do a video game adaptation, folks. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's the reason why it's a sequel. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. That's the reason why they made a sequel. But it depends how this Uncharted movie does. If it does really, really well, it'll be a sequel. Who knows if it becomes a sequel or not? It depends on the critics. It depends how much money it gets at the box office. We'll just gotta see if it's gonna be a sequel or not. Who knows? Until then, guys. Until then, stay safe. Have fun. I'll give you more reviews when I get the chance. Hope you guys enjoyed my Uncharted review, guys. And yes, I'm definitely gonna play Uncharted series. Now, when I get the chance, I'll definitely will revisit the Uncharted series and have fun again and play the Uncharted first game, then Uncharted 2, then Uncharted 3, and Uncharted 4. Replay them again. Also, Lost Legacy. To return in all those games once in glory. Uncharted games from Naughty Dog. Like I said, there's a lot of good cameos. I will not spoil it for you guys. You'll be surprised when you see them. So yes, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, stay safe and stay tuned for my next episode of more reviews, guys. Stay safe. Have a good night. Bye bye.